you all begin to assemble in the majestic metropolis of Waterdeep. You 5 have been chosen to discover the needs of this sun dragon. We've assembled 3 possible guides. I know this land like the back of my hand.
What's that weapon? Oh, I'm into that.
Limeli is your chosen. Haha, Hitch! You've stepped away from our little business. The Zentarum run pretty much anything that is against the law here in Waterdeep.
Magic missile!
Holy shit.
Yeah, boogada.
Ah!
No one leaves.
Bye.
You guys have ridden out past the gate now, and you've made your way onto the high road. You guys have ridden out past the gate now, and you've made your way onto the high road northward. Limeli begins pointing out various aspects of the terrain. As you begin to find your way northward to the point where Waterdeep vanishes in the distance, the oceanside cliffs begin to come up towards the left side of your traveling on the road. The southern portion of the Sword Mountains beginning to buttress against your journey on the right side. And as the pinch comes in, seaside rainstorms begin to come in off the ocean. You all begin to bundle up as the cold rain begins to hit the air around you. You hear the cry of a hawk on the hunt in the distance, and occasionally the crack of thunder across the way. The road begins to come to a pinch point where the cliff and the mountain becomes very, very close, and you, Jopa, notice what appears to be a lazy curling of black smoke towards that pinch point. Limeli kind of puts her hand up as well, noticing this at the same time. This is not natural for this journey. I would take caution.
Should I use some kind of perception? Is that I may be able to kind of figure out what's going on over there?
Go ahead and make a perception check, yeah.
Natural 20.
Boom.
In character.
What do you see?
You focus, and your old but eagle-like eyes see what looks to be the remnants of some sort of a mining camp. You see a half dozen tents or so sitting in a small cluster, maybe a half a mile from the actual pinch point.
If they just had a fire, they're not worried about being caught, I say we go, say hi.
Yeah, let's go say hi.
Limeli, how far are we from our destination?
I'm getting to Leylon, to the Gnomish village, to the glade. I'd put us at about 2 days' travel.
You said it was going to take a day and a half when we started.
On straight horseback riding horses, yes. However, we've taken cart-bearing horses and filled the weight behind it.
Fair point, fair point. I agree with Jopa. I think we should check it out.
That's my best friend.
It's still light out. Why stop?
Well, we'll go slowly.
Think of all the new
then.
friends. Think of the mustaches they might have.
We're all your
Yes.
friends, Jopa. Let's
See if they need help.
let's go by slowly, like Dagny said, and see if there's even any people there.
All right.
We'll roll by slow.
You guys head upward. You begin to notice that the site had more tents previously, probably 24, though most have been crushed and left piles of splintered wood, torn cloth, and what appears to be now dried streaks of blood.
Free tents.
Stay in the cart. Stay in the cart.
What in God's name happened
Do we see any
here?
people?
Nobody.
Should a couple
How
of
long
us
has
get
it
out
been
and go
since the fire was
investigate?
put out? Do we know?
Sure.
It may have been burning for the better part of a day or so.
Maybe you and I can go. Just do a quick look through, see if we can loot for some stuff.
Week stays with the cart.
Stay with the cart. If there's a
Wow,
problem,
weak. I took out that orc. What did you do?
Hey,
You're like
I was
you're
startled.
like,
I was startled.
I'm gonna take that. Yep. And you guys go ahead and tell me
go
what's
take a
up.
nap. I'm gonna come with you because stealth is kind of like my forte.
Do you want me to come with you guys?
No.
I think that probably you should stay with Jopa. He's
Maybe-
got a lot
maybe
of
you
things
can
to
check
do.
the
I think he should
Yeah,
go
I'll
with you
stay
guys.
with you.
Put a cone of silence around me, and then I'm going to take that nap.
The three of you head off from the cart, leaving the two of them to bicker in the distance.
So, looking at the terrain, are there any trees or bushes, or is there tall brush that we can?
The grass here is about knee height or so. There are clusters of trees throughout and some rock formations. Other than that, it's completely open.
I say we approach those trees over there for cover, just in case.
Okay.
Can I have you guys all roll stealth checks, if you could, please?
Ooh, I got a 9.
It's a 9.
9 plus 10, 19.
10.
All right.
I got 10.
So you guys watch as Hitch gets low into the grass and like a hunting panther begins to find his way towards the camp. And you can see this was a war zone, not necessarily a heavy amount of conflict more than it was a massacre. You see what looks to be elements of human remains that have been smashed like jelly against the rocks. Supplies have been scattered and taken. What looks to be a mishmash of footprints all over the place. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
12 plus 1, 13.
13, okay. Best you can find out, the prints are varying in sizes. There's no army line, there's no marching order, it's just chaos. And what appear to be very large prints. Depressions maybe 4 feet across.
Giant.
Tore through here as well.
We're not hearing any of this.
Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. The sea was mighty that day, the sea was mighty okay. And when the waves came all crashing all around the way, and then it sank and then they died and everyone went to bed. So get off me now because I'm gonna crush your head.
So, you guys catch up at this point and see this display before you, the rest of the party.
Can I go over to one of the bodies and I'm going to cast Speak with the Dead?
Okay.
What? I want that.
You only find pieces. The odd finger or section of a shoulder that's left behind. You do find what looks to be an upper torso of a younger man in his late 20s that was thrown into one of the tents and forgotten. Then you can see the faint details of blood that have dragged out in a northern direction towards the pinch point in the road. But you do find the torso of this younger man, jaw kind of agape, a terrible vision. And as you reach down, holding your flail as it kind of spins with a slight creaking metallic sound, calling upon the divine power of Gaunt, the jaw that has been hanging open slowly closes on its own. The eyes lull back and look towards the three of you on the outside of the tent.
Hello, sir. I'm so sorry for what happened to you, and I would like to know what happened here.
We were attacked. A ravaging horde. Terrible goblin waves. Brutal ogres. We heard the footfalls, but could not resist the strength of the giants.
Giants, ogres, and what? Goblins? A goblin army.
Hey, buddy, why don't you go look for some berries, huh?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Magic berries.
Can we try to follow one of the giant sets of footprints to see which direction they went in?
Sure. Go make a survival check.
All right, come on. 18 plus 1. 19.
You step back and you guys watch as Browin kind of takes a view of the perimeter, and you begin to see where these footfalls are, and it continues northward in the direction you've already been traveling.
Didn't say anything about giants.
These giants and these goblins and these ogres are gonna do this again. I think we gotta go stop them.
I think we do.
You ready for a suicide mission?
No.
Yeah, no, it was. I agree. I really don't.
Limalai is about 15 feet away, sitting down and currently just sharpening one of her blades.
And here's a green berry, and I found a purple berry,
Can I-
and then I found a berry with another berry on
Thank
it.
God you've returned. Please, let's get moving.
What is up with the giants? No one said anything about giants.
She looks to you, honestly perplexed.
Like, you didn't know if we were gonna find a bunch of giant prints. Like, we're not going towards giants. I may have come on a little hot. I'm realizing.
No, this is good.
No, usually giants don't travel this far westward in the Sword Coast. They keep to the mountains themselves.
Giants, ogres, goblins. They kill-
Together? That
Yes.
makes no sense.
Hey, should we get going then?
Oh, Mr. Catnap wants to go now?
Oh, I'm energized.
Joe, but if giants, goblins, and ogres have formed an alliance, that could mean, that could be terrible.
Monster Palooza.
What does that mean, Will? You're the
Go ahead and
brain.
make an intelligence check.
9.
So 13. Well, you've read quite a bit about giants. The wealth of information may have fallen through your brain like a sieve.
First and foremost, they're big. They're really big.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
If giants are this close, we gotta go warn Waterdeep.
You want to go back to
Backtrack?
Waterdeep?
I mean, right?
No.
we just
we
find
find those
them and we kill
goblins
them.
and we kill them.
Would I know if they're killable?
I mean, certain giants are of different strength levels. Depends on the type of giant it is.
Can I tell anything about the tracks?
You want to go inspect the tracks?
Sure.
All right, so while you guys decide to go northward, the moment you hit the reins, Weeton, I'll be right back, jumps out and runs off in the direction
Jesus
of the camp.
Christ. Well, it might be a benefit for all of us.
We have to wait for him.
So you rush off, double time, make it to the camp, look around. It's horrible. You weren't prepared for this, and
Oh my God!
go ahead and make, let's say for this, make a survival check.
4.
Those are big footprints. They are really big.
That's some big footprints, man.
You've seen some footprints, but those are.
Good.
You rush away, jump into the heart of the cart, if you will, and continue forward up the high road. You get about another half mile or so before you notice at the pinch point there is what appears to be a large barricade a little ways up the road.
Oh boy.
There is area to go around, but you have to go through the grass field.
It's a barricade so nobody can drive through.
Through the
on
road. Yes, you
What's
have to
on
go.
the other side?
Have you all roll a perception check.
15. 15 plus 4, 19.
2.
10.
5 plus 2, 7.
Okay, so you guys are all kind of keeping watch, and as you push closer to it, Malai is currently towards the back, kind of like keeping a watch in the back of the cart, about 15, 20 feet back. You two notice immediately, this blockade is a cluster of twisted, broken trees that are all jammed together into a giant, seemingly clumped knot of
That's
just
not good.
debris. You see a few trees that are across the sides of this barricade, and strewn across them, what looks like innards, put up like holiday decorations, just dangling from branch to branch.
I didn't think there was anything left. Berries.
The few bodies that are placed upward have some sort of a large symbol drawn into the front of their clothing, at least those that have enough of a torso left.
I must have some type of an arcane knowledge. The common language, I know Elvish, and one extra language of my choosing.
What is that extra language of your choosing that you know?
It'd be great to speak giant.
I speak giant.
You speak giant as well?
I speak giant.
The two people that
choose
notice the
someone else.
barricade in advance also both go, "Ah," and point directly at the symbol. It is the symbol in giant for serve.
Like, we got served?
No, I think
Maybe it's like a
means
giant tennis match they're using.
you have to serve the giants. The giants are taking control of the land. Is that what's
I
happening?
think that's what they're trying to do.
I don't care who's serving what. Let's hack through and just get.
I, for one, welcome our giant overlords.
Can we check for traps?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
14.
14. You take a little bit of time to wander around the side of the barricade, carefully inspecting the vicinity to look for any sort of triggers. Nothing catches your attention. However, you do begin to notice the number of these bodies that are placed amongst these trees. They're all currently pointing in the same direction, towards the Mirror of Dead Men. It is a large swamp.
Yikes.
Is it in the direction that we
we
need
have
to
to
go?
It's in the direction you're going. It's adjacent to the road to the west.
Swamp
Well,
and
it doesn't
giants
seem
or
like there are
road.
any traps. Should we try to go around?
Well, we won't be able to get the horses through.
I got bad vibes about that field.
Yeah,
I said
me
we
too.
bust this thing out and we go around it.
Can I climb it to look over the top?
I can levitate you
That's
really
what-
high
Can I
up.
climb it to?
All right, you start finding your way up there, holding onto the pieces of broken wood, and as you come over the edge, you notice about 25 feet ahead of you, heading northward, a bulbous, muscled humanoid, about 9 feet tall, dragging a club behind it, and you see what appears to be 3 smaller, gnarly-looking goblinoid creatures that are walking in tandem. A sight you haven't seen often in your travels, these entities traveling together.
I think there's like a giant and 3 goblins.
At this view, it's looking more ogreish in its physicality.
Sorry, I had dust in my eye. It's more like an ogre.
We have to take this road.
We don't have to. We can go into the swamp.
I vote swamp. I'm feeling heroic.
I'm in for the swamp.
I'm swamp.
Yeah, I'll light some stuff on fire.
Swamp it is.
Come on, Will.
The Malai kind of sighs heavily. So be it.
Wait.
What's with the fucking
Should we not do this one?
Why'd you sigh like that?
This lies to you.
That's because you insulted her earlier.
The mustache looks great, by the way.
This is the first time she's noticed she has a mustache, really.
I was just trying to make it look good.
Lemela, if we remove the mustache now that Jopa feels more comfortable with you, would you be in a better mood?
Perhaps.
He's got a best friend now. We're best friends.
She brushes your hands away, mustache gone. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Behind her back, can I cast the mustache on her back?
You do, and it apparates towards the back of her armor, just gently swaying.
Second best friend.
The cart lurches forward suddenly as the horses are pushed off. It comes around the side, and you guys can see the small cluster of creatures that you saw at the top of the barricade.
Are they in the direction of the swamp?
They're heading in the direction of the swamp.
We don't know if they had anything to do with what happened.
So we ask.
We asked first.
Fireball!
You prick!
What's the range on that?
150 feet.
As you guys are all sitting in the back, rocking through the grass, suddenly this streak, this red beaming streak of arcane energy is a loud, cacophonous explosion. Goblin parts go flying in multiple different directions. Go ahead and roll damage for that fireball. No saving throw.
3, 9, 10, 11, 14, 20.
You have 2 more.
Oh, 23, 28.
28 points of damage. All right. So as the explosion and flames subside, leaving this small burnt circular crater in the ground, the goblins are unseen, and the ogre is currently face down in the dirt before getting up onto one of its knees, wielding its giant club in one of its hands.
I jump out of the
for it.
cart
Yeah.
and I run towards the
Yeah.
ogre.
So you jump out and start running towards the ogre. As the rest of you begin to kind of give chase and follow suit, the ogre grabs its club, lifts it on its shoulder, turns around and just goes bolting, just running. It's middle of its afternoon, ruined, and your dwarven feet are not the fastest. So
How
the
far
ogre
am
is
I?
about 100 feet, but it's gaining distance.
Can I run towards it and use my crossbow?
What's the range in the crossbow?
80 over 320.
You load in a bolt. Go ahead and make an attack with
Okay.
disadvantage. So you roll twice and take the lower number.
You take the lower number.
Disadvantage.
3.
3 plus
4, 7.
4. The bolt just hits the wind at an angle and vanishes into the distance of the field.
I'll start running,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take out my gizmo flail.
Okay.
I'm gonna press a button on the handle and send out a shooting rope
Okay.
that'll go
Oh,
around,
yes.
and I'm gonna cast hold person.
What's the range on hold person? 60 feet. So you're gonna have to get closer. It's. Jopa, what are you trying?
I want to use Step of the Wind
Okay.
and catch up with them.
So using a key point as a bonus action dash, and then using your action as a dash, and then your full movement. What's your movement normally?
Speed 40 feet.
40 feet. So you move 120 feet this one round. You just watch as Jopa goes step, step, full ninja run across the field. The ogre stops, kind of catching its heels.
Hey, big guy. Hey, handsome. You ain't so bad. Where you off to?
Can I run as much as I can and then fire my crossbow again?
Sure. First off, I need you to go ahead and make a persuasion check
Okay.
here.
9.
9.
The ogre looks at you angrily, lifts its giant club in the air. Go ahead and make the second shot with your crossbow with disadvantage because you
Is
haven't
it a
quite.
disadvantage if I'm only 75 feet
So,
away
without a
now?
Oh, so
disadvantage
is
come
75
up?
feet to the lower end? I'd say you could just get on the cusp of it. So go ahead and make a regular attack. Yeah, you just running your little dwarf legs. He's managed to stop the ogre from running.
Oh.
What is that?
15.
15.
50? Yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage on the crossbow.
Oh. 3 plus 4.
A bolt hits it in the back of the neck, and it reaches up and starts slapping at it. It grabs it, pulls it out of its neck, looks back at you, assuming that that's the source of where the bolt was, lifts its club and is going to swing down towards you with a giant overarching slam.
Hey, buddy.
And it rolls a natural 1.
Oh, he misses!
You take one tiny
Just
step,
one tiny step.
slams into the ground, sending mud and dirt flying out both sides.
I'm gonna run forward again and use my crossbow again.
Okay, and you
How
are?
close are we?
I'd say this now because the ogre has stopped its advancement. You guys are able to catch it pretty quick thanks to
I'll
Jopa
throw a
cutting it off.
dagger. I'd really like to talk to him, but I'm gonna put a knife in his neck instead.
Okay, go ahead and roll 2d20 one more
10.
time and take the lower.
2.
You throw a dagger outward and it actually almost catches Jopa by the side of the head.
Jesus Christ!
Oh God! It wasn't me.
I'm gonna cast Ray of Enfeeblement.
So at this point, you're running after everyone. You're falling a little behind the group. It's beams, so you have to roll to hit it. So go ahead and roll d20 and then add your +7 spell attack modifier.
That's a 4.
That is a 4.
That's 11.
You're running and running and running, and you try to aim it, and your foot hits some of the mud, and you just like, whoops, and fire it halfway up in the air. It hits a seagull.
Oh no! Murderer.
I'm gonna run up and try to use my crossbow again.
Why you keep
Okay,
trying
and
to
what are
kill
you
him?
I'm gonna try to do my gizmo
Dance,
flail.
Okay.
Hit my button.
So,
Castle
so you go ahead and do this at the same time. You fire your crossbow. You go ahead and fire your bullet.
Castle person, yeah.
So go ahead and roll for the attack on that one.
12.
That would hit with your bonus. So go ahead and roll another bolt damage.
Ooh.
Embedded halfway into the back of the ogre.
7 plus 4, so 11.
Nice. This one sinks right into the back of its spinal area. You're gonna go ahead and cast Hold Person on it.
Why won't it die?
You pull up your flail. There are stacks of hit points, man. You hit a button, and the front of your flail opens up and fires forth this rapidly spinning series of cables and metallic balls. What's the DC on that for you?
15.
15. It rolled a 15 with a -2 to its wisdom because it's an ogre.
Yes!
So as it's going, it grabs its club up a second time to slam it down towards you, and all of a sudden these cables wrap around it.
Can I talk to him now? Have I caught up?
You guys are now catching up to this display.
Ogre, did you kill all those people and put right serve and?
Make an intimidation check. With advantage because he is currently unable to defend himself.
5
So roll one more
plus 9 plus 3. 12.
Okay, so over to
No, they were dead already. Just following order.
Who are you
Are we
following
gonna
orders
believe an
from?
ogre?
Supposed to serve.
and his face kind of pushes up towards the swamp.
Who are you supposed to serve?
Just struggles again. Make an intimidation check.
Ooh, that's not very intimidating.
No, with advantage because it's currently wrapped up and it can't do anything to it.
Yeah, much better.
17.
How do you want to try and intimidate him?
Here, put this fish by his nose.
I'm gonna take my flail and stick it under his chin.
The giant Iceman. Giant Iceman promised glory.
What's the frost giant doing out in the swamp?
Follow the signs.
Follow
the sun.
suns?
Signs.
Follow
Follow the signs?
Breaks free and goes for an immediate swing towards you. Have your flail right up in his face as he pulls away. 10 to hit.
Nope.
You duck underneath and take your flail and smash away the club, partially destroyed now. He's about to prepare himself for a backswing. Who's doing what?
I'm done with this. I'm attacking him with
You're
my
hol-
warhammer with 2 hands.
You guys watch as Brawlwyn comes screaming in, yelling the fury of 1,000 dwarf blood-based lineages behind her, swinging her giant 2-handed warhammer through the air. Go ahead and make 2 attacks against the ogre.
Whoa, come on!
7.
Okay.
Plus 7, right? Yeah. That hits. Go ahead and roll for your second attack twice.
Oh. 15 plus 7, 21.
So roll damage for both.
1d10 plus 4 if used with 2 hands.
Yeah,
so I gotta do.
10!
That's a 10.
10, yeah.
That's 14. That's 14.
That's great.
So 14 and roll damage for the second attack.
2.
Okay.
All right. You've dealt a death blow to this ogre. Describe how you take it down.
I jump up, not very high, but I smash it in the stomach, and then when he's double over, I hit him in the face.
As he swings the club wide, being parried to the side by Dagny's flail, you use that moment to go ahead and take it with a giant swing, whoosh, right up into its stomach, under its torso. It doubles forward, its jaw open, and with an upward golf swing, whack! You watch as the ogre's jaw go.
He's still alive without a jaw.
I give her a slow clap.
Yeah, that's 1 for me.
Horrible.
Yay!
That was hard to watch.
You guys continue into the swamp. You see another flicker of light in the distance.
Looks like a camp.
Goblins, ogres. You also notice a frost giant.
Together we will rise up, and those who ignore us will be cut down.